What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the one, the only designated Spittaz. And I tell you what, I don't know how the hell I have the energy that I have right now after watching that shit-ass game, but I'm ready to talk some more New York Yankees baseball. And you know what, Francis? I'll start the show like this. Yankees record is good. I'm learning from Nestor.
I can't even believe that's, I mean, of all the routes you could have gone, that's the one. But you know what? That's what happens. You got to sit there through all those Yankees post games. I mean, eventually some of that shit's going to even rub off on.
It's on me. You know what? Everything is good. Everything is good.
Listen.
Okay? I'm learning from Booney. The Yankees record right now, they're in first place. Why are you complaining? They're in first place, folks. Everything is fine. It's all dandy out there. Dandy like Andy.
It's right in front of them.
We don't have him in the rotation.
It's right in front of them. They're right around that corner, getting ready to turn that corner. You know them and those proverbial corners.
Since 2018, we've been turning that corner. That's a long fucking time. The grannies you hang out with are quicker than that.
I mean, I think some of the grannies I know have turned a couple corners since 2018, and here we are. You know,
100%. No doubt about it.
I remember, the corner to be an angle, very small, not hard to turn.
Facts.
I don't know
it just takes one of these.
Like, what's up with that?
It takes one of those. You know what I mean? It takes one of those quick little Turner corners, and then you're ready to go. But you know what I'm also doing today? Because I'm a good friend, okay? I'm wearing my good friend Juan Soto's hat because I'm a good friend.
That's right.
Okay?
Right. Respect.
Soto, brother. I still got it on, fam. Let them talk about you. You coming back, baby.
Man, listen. The crazy thing is, I mean, this is where we are. Today's one of those days in Yankees land that you just knew was kind of going to go all over the place. because it just always seems to happen. Always seems to happen. Once we got the news we got this morning, and then the game and everything, you just knew it was going to be one of those weird, wonky, like bad days to be a Yankees fan.
Damn right. It really, you're right.
It just happens, and
they set the tone with Dominguez. Let's be honest, they fucking set the tone. But you know what? Again, Chad, if you don't like it, damn it, I don't give a poot. Get it closer, right there. There he is, Juan,
the generational one, man.
My pops tried to bother me today about him too.
Really?
He's a bad outfield. He's a bad outfield. He's a bad. I've been watching him since San Diego. Bad outfield. That's how my dad's. Bad outfield.
I tell you,
Come on, pops.
We know that Soto's not the greatest outfielder in the world. I don't think any of us ever said that. No. We don't come on here and try to lie to you. Like you're not gonna boonie the shit up. That's not us.
Correct.
That's not what we
do.
This DS, y'all know what y'all come here for. We don't do that. We give it to you straight. All right, like he's raw, straight up raw, no protection. So
zero.
He's not the best outfielder by any stretch of the imagination. But guess what? He is not the worst outfielder either. Okay,
no, he's not, and he's better than every other one out there. By the way, just saying.
He's more than serviceable in right field. Okay, are there gonna be days when he makes plays like today? You know, 1 or 2 plays in a game, maybe one that people want to say, oh, it cost him the game. Or, I mean, let me tell you where Francis sits with all that shit. If that's what I gotta take to get what he puts up when he stands in the batter's box, so be it. So freaking be it. I'll take it. He's good enough. He's more than good enough. But you're not gonna get me to sit here and freaking complain about Juan Soto's
never.
Especially when, let's call a spade here, man. The ball was getting smacked. I mean, our pitching got whacked.
The ball was late. They got 21 hits. 21 hits to St. Louis Cardinals. Those balls were smoked. Let me tell anybody, you guys who really wants to go on a limb and complain about this?
Come on, look at this shit.
Come on. Look, the range isn't great.
He didn't make the plays. Whatever.
I think doesn't he also lead the league in outfield assist?
Yeah, it's some wild shit. Like this is why I don't. But these are the same people. These are the same people who Volpe makes a bad play and it's crickets. You never hear shit.
True that. He made a bad play today, by the way. Aaron Boone made excuses. Aaron Boone made an excuse for
it. He said he wasn't.
First he was like, first Boone goes, I'm not going to blame. I don't want to do that. Talks. And then he goes, there was a couple of plays in there with some ground balls that seemed like it just skid through the infield. It kind of got away and this and that. Baloney, please stop it. The guy missed the ball. Let's be honest. It went in the glove, bounced away. He missed it.
Skipped through the infield. I don't want to hear that. At the end of the day, listen, the weather.
We're not going to talk about my Juan Soto, okay?
Conditions, like what let's not do that. We're not doing that. All right, we're just not.
Got our asses kicked.
He started out the right way. He said, I'm not going to make excuses. And then 2 minutes later, he was like, what murder? What murder? What murder? He started making every excuse in the book. It was hilarious, man. This is how
he's out there sounding like Ralph Cifaretto.
No, he's like the Michael Scott of managers, man. He'll start a sentence sometimes and have no idea where it's going. He just starts it and just continues off vibes. That's it. Like,
it was a horse, Tony.
It was raining. That was Boone. It was raining.
It was an electrical thing. It was just a horse, Tony.
Oh man, I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, what are you gonna do? I mean, look, and those in the chat is like, damn, like you probably. Maybe some of y'all are shocked. There was I thought it was gonna be doom and gloom on designated Spittaz tonight or whatever.
I mean, time. Come on.
Sometimes you just gotta laugh at this stuff. I mean, what else? I was crashing out all morning on Twitter, but that's. We
were hot this morning. The group chat was hot this morning. By the way, folks. We knew it though. We knew this was gonna happen. We knew it.
The reason, let me tell you, what made Francis wake up on demon time.
Okay,
was because. On the 11th of August. Okay. And a lot of people supported, like y'all do, especially this community, the greatest community in all of baseball. I mean, the greatest.
Easy.
But then you had a couple of detractors, couple of naysayers, and they try to get under Francis's skin. And I know, what are you talking about? They're gonna call him up in September. He's gonna shake. He can't shake off Russ in the major leagues. What are you? Da, da, da. And I responded to some of them, and I was like, what did Brian Cashman say that leads any of you to believe they plan to call him up at all?
Facts.
And
Facts on facts.
And these people were looking at me and responding to me like I was crazy. Like I didn't know what I was talking about. How dare you? What you questioned the great Brian Cashman? Well, on September 1st.
Never do you mind, they told you.
On September 1st, in the year of our Lord 2024, Jasson Dominguez is still a minor leaguer. So yeah, I took a victory lap on Twitter this morning. Started quote tweeting a bunch of these dummies and was like, okay, talk to me now. Where's Dominguez? Where is he?
To be fair, some of them were like, you got me.
And I respect it.
I saw that one dude. He was like, bro, you got me, bro. I can't really say nothing over. Hey.
I respect this. I think I followed him right after that. I was like, you know what? Follow.
Good.
Because what can you do? That's all you can say in that moment. But you know what? He was right. He said, because at the moment he was like, nah, they're going to call him up in September. What are you talking? I just quote tweeted him. I was like, yeah, well, you said relax, right? He's like, oh, yeah, you got me. I don't even know.
Yep.
That's the only response to a day like today.
Yeah.
If
and we're gonna get into Jasson Dominguez more. There's a couple of comments I want to throw up here, but let me get to the first super chat of the day, Ove. Senor Rod Thompson. He says, please tell Nesta to shut up and stop talking. This is the worst first place team I've ever seen. To be fair, if you line up every first place team in baseball, Yankees would be dead last. Rod's sick and tired of being sick and tired. I tell you that. When you get a comment like that, you know you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired is really what it is. But I want to pause. I want to do a little pause right here for a second. I want to look at where the Yankees are so everybody kind of gets on the same page, away. The Yankees right now, 79-58. They lost today, and the Baltimore Orioles won. Orioles are 79-59. It's a half game difference right now. And just so everybody's aware, the Orioles' schedule is a lot easier in September. A lot easier. But
Detroit a couple times.
I do want to start with how today began. First tweet I see this morning, as DJ Steele says, it's sad to say Houston is winning the pennant. We'll see. Let's take it easy. We'll see what happens. But the first tweet I see this morning is a tweet saying if the Yankees lose today, since June 1st, they're 31-31. 31 and they're 500.
39, right?
30. What is it? 39 and 39?
39.
39 and 39. They are a 500 club. When you do the Yankees breakdown by month, they have one good month, unless you want to count March when they were 4-0. I guess if you want to count that, you can. But they got one significant month when they were not right around 500. You could look at other teams, because I said, you know what? Let me look at like a team like Baltimore and see. Well, Baltimore started like the first 3 months really good. Mm-hmm. And then they had like 2 months or 3 months now in a row. I think it's 2 months in a row now where they were bad. They were under 500. But other than that, they've been pretty consistent. Mm-hmm. The Yankees have one extremely good month. Other than that, it's either a game under, 2 games over, right at even. And that's kind of where they've been. Then we get right into this news. The Yankees, and this is a great tweet by Brian Hoke, and it's amazing. And this is why I say NYU is important.
Yeah.
Because we're putting pressure on a lot of these people because they never talked like this before.
They have to now.
They never talked like this before.
And now they have to.
Now they have to. Brian Hoke says the Yankees talk a lot about having a championship caliber roster. Where have you guys heard this? Each day that goes by with Jasson Dominguez in the minors, they don't have their best 28 players in the big leagues. Francis, you know, as much as I almost want to say, maybe some of you guys should honestly just sit back and go, hey, these guys over here have been right for a long time now. But you know what? I'm going to sit there and just go, we know, because we've said it. We talk all the time about having every single game, your best roster should be out there all the time. Is there days off? Of course, we know that. But at the end of the day, Jasson Dominguez not being called up and some creative character from MVP Baseball 04, Duke Ellis, is called up. You got people going, I don't even know who is this guy? Where did he come from? I have no idea about Duke Ellis. Do I think this means Jasson Dominguez won't be up? No, I think Dominguez will be up. But the fact of the matter is it exists and is this easy and this simple. I don't want to hear about rookie statuses. I don't want to hear this shit when we're the New York Yankees. The problem with Brian Cashman and the group of nerds that are running the show, they want to be too smart. They really believe that they're running this organization on a small budget, or that they're running this organization with just the get-in mentality. They think they're the fucking Rays. The fact of the matter is that we are concerned about making sure, because of a draft pick, that Jasson Dominguez could be rookie eligible next year is honestly wild. And really, nobody should question if this team loses this year, why it happened. Because of things like this. This type of mindset is why they're losing. Look at the deadline.
Yeah. What else? What else is there, to really, show if you're Jasson Dominguez? I mean, since, going back down after the Little League World Series game, he seemed to, find it. He's getting in rhythm. People are bringing up, well, his average exit velocity, whatever. There's always something that you can nitpick.
Oh, always. That's what analytics does for people. They can do anything. They can say anything they want.
It's nitpicking. You can create whatever narrative you want to create. Yep. Analytics will help you do so. The wonderful world of analytics. And my issue is when people talk about, but he's just not ready. So let's lay all our cards on the table here and make it very clear for the ones in the back who are playing stupid. Jasson Dominguez is never going to be 100% ready in the season of 2024. We all know that. He has missed too much time. He's missed too much time for you to be sitting there waiting for a moment where it's like, no, all systems are go. He's ready. No. That's not going to happen. At any point when they call him up, there will be the adjustment period of getting back to the major leagues or whatever that might result in a slump. It might not, or whatever. I'm not speaking to that. But what I'm speaking to is this idea that they have to wait for this sweet spot of him to get ready. That's not going to happen in 2024.
Exactly.
It's just not going to happen.
Yep.
That's an idealistic way to look at it. And the Yankees are peddling this shit to people, knowing good and well. They know that that's bullshit and it's not the truth. They know behind closed doors. I guarantee you, Brian Cashman and Fisher are having these conversations. They know. Listen, if we get 80% of Jasson Dominguez, that's amazing. 80%.
No doubt.
Can they get 80% of Jasson Dominguez right now? That is the question. It's not, can we get 100% of him? Is he ready? Whatever. Is there a lane? Is there all these semantics and these freaking scripts that they give to Boone and freaking Michael Kay and Paul O'Neill to tell people?
Oh, so sad.
All that shit, it's bullshit.
So sad.
It's bullshit. They give these people a script, a breakdown of what you can say,
100%.
how you can say it. This is the messaging that we want around this topic. And then everybody just regurgitates the same bullshit. Mm-hmm. That's why it's like Pete said, that's why it was good. It was good to, see, Kirshner put out a tweet or two, to see Brian Hoke say what he said, to hear Susan after the game say what she said.
I love you, Susan.
Because, me and Susan, oof, my baby. But it's good to see that. It's good to see that because the rest of them have to read off a script. They can't even say no. They have to say what the Yankees are telling everybody right now is, it just wasn't the time. He's definitely, you could tell the messaging was this. He's definitely in the conversation. He's definitely, and it was a tough call. That was the script. He's in the conversation and it was a tough call. That is bullshit. It's bullshit. Jasson Dominguez is not in the conversation. He is the conversation.
Bingo.
He is the conversation. What conversation is there to have, Pete? What else are we waiting for? What are the fans clamoring for? Like, Pete, I don't understand. What else are we looking forward to? It wasn't Anthony Rizzo. God bless him. He had a great game today.
Good game.
Great game today. He wasn't the guy that we were, you know what I'm saying? Like,
not at all.
I can't, oh man, I just can't. It's like,
it's just, it's literally more and more bullshit that unfortunately, you're going to hear, you're going to hear this from the Yes Network because, their job is to, in many ways, protect the New York Yankees. That's what they do. Right. And to hear somebody like Paul O'Neill go shilling for Verdugo and how this is the right thing to do and blah, 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 blah. It's batshit crazy. And to have so many beat reporters come out and go, every single day that Jasson Dominguez is not on the major league roster, the Yankees are not truly being a World Series caliber team. They're just not. Everybody knows this already. Here's a bigger point. The Yankees have gone out there and told teams he is unavailable in trades while telling him you can't play for us.
It's like, what are we talking
You
about?
pat him on the back on one and smack him upside the mouth on another and go just stay where you are. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We're not going to trade. Hello. Yeah, nah, Dominguez is unavailable. But you guys don't. Hold on, another one. Yeah, he's unavailable. You guys don't play him. We're just going to keep him. Oh, this is good. Why are we fucking with the guy for? Like, what has Jasson Dominguez done that he needs to be fucked around with at this point at his level? You think Dominguez and the guys in the minor leagues don't see what Verdugo's been doing for 3 months? They put up a stat today while they're talking about Verdugo being here still that shows he's ranked last in just about everything for left fielders. Last. Or top bottom 3. Major League Baseball. And the Yankees are sitting there, they're sitting there with the mentality, we're in first place. We're going to the postseason. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Just do it later.
That's all it is, yeah.
Let's make sure he doesn't get the rookie. They're running things like they're the Rays. They are running things like they're the Tampa Bay Rays. They're sitting there going, we want the additional draft pick. We don't need him right now. We're in first place. You know what, guys? I got something even better for you. Here you go. Let's take a listen.
So you guys are
Oh, God.
trying to win a division here. The way the team has played the last week, what do you think of the losing 4 or 5 overall with how much you guys have on the line right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said it before, but with as bad as people think we're playing, and as bad as it might show that we're playing, we're still in first place. So it goes to show that it's there for us to take. We just got to come out every day prepared and be ready to win every single day.
Nestor Boone. Literally regurgitating the same bullshit that Aaron Boone and co. have laid down for the club. Let me ask them. I wish I could be a reporter. If I could have one thing, let me follow this team in the postseason, because you know what I want to ask them if they're eliminated? What's your record now?
Exactly.
That's all I want to say. Got a question over here. How you doing? Pete Simonetti, MOYU. What's the record right now?
He said, Nestor, is it still right in front of you?
They'll drag me out like this. That's all I want to do. What is everything? So, by the way, what's in front of you? 2 women? Is that what's it? Because that's probably what it should be, considering you're going home. You're going on vacation somewhere. A couple of bottles of Hennessy. What are we talking about in front of you? Because guess what? It ain't the fucking record you guys been preaching for 3.5 months. It ain't that. Because it don't exist no more, baby. So what's the excuse now?
It's crazy that you can listen to players and to coaches and speak about the team the way that they do in the midst of the team playing the way that they are. It's like, I get it. Like, you're an athlete or you're a manager of a team. You try to stay positive and optimistic, because at the end of the day, you can't get completely down on yourselves or whatever. I get that. I get staying positive, not letting, not letting yourself lose the game, between the eyes. But lying is a completely different thing. There's a difference between being positive and peddling bullshit. And the reason that we get so upset is because 9 times out of 10, it's not just being positive. They're just peddling bullshit. They think that we're dumb. Like, I hear this shit from Nessa and it's like, yo, but my brother, like, don't give me that shit, bro. You're from Florida. You're from right here, bro. Like, don't talk to us like we're dumb. You don't believe that shit. I mean, when you look around, we're still in first place. So what the fuck does that mean? That's a championship mentality to you, Nestor?
Yep.
That's
Bullshit.
the attitude that you get on that's the mood that you get on the mound in? No wonder you got you fucking smacked around today. Is this the mindset that you take them out with at Yankee Stadium?
Everything's okay.
And it doesn't matter. It's like, hey, you know what? If I get smacked around today, it's all right. I got another start in 5 days.
Yep.
We're still in first. Right. Hey, you know what? If I lose this game, what's the big deal? We're still in first place. Okay. Yep. And a week from now, when you're chasing Baltimore again, what are you guys going to say then? Because when we weren't in first place and we were chasing Baltimore, all we heard was, well, we're right there. It's just 2.5 games. It's just 2 games. Right. It's like, there's nothing you can say to pull the truth out of these people.
You
Nothing.
can't.
You
That's
just
what I'm
can't.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Postseason ends. What is your excuse now? Like, there needs to be a reporter that's an asshole. There really
Exactly.
has to be, because you guys, these reporters have to deal with this all year. There got to be a point where you're not disrespectful, but you simply just say, so what does the win and loss record from the regular season mean right now, by the way? I'm just interested. You don't add enough value. DJ Steele's in the super chat. Guys, hit that like button. We got about 250 in here. Jason wasn't born in the U.S. That front office is sketchy. Let me tell you something. Look, I don't want to go down these rabbit holes, but Anthony Volpe was given the keys to the entire team, and Jasson Dominguez has been having to fight his way back from an injury, gets healthy, gets one game against Tariq Skubal, one of the best pitchers in baseball. Then they go, yeah, September, you're good. Just stay down there. Don't worry about it. Jeff J says, purge the front office. This isn't a World Series caliber team. Hal promised. Trash sold Hal that this would suffice. They lie to each other and to us, burying the legacy of the most storied franchise in history. Kev Boogie says Boone poisons them with positivity in the cupcakes. Chris says this team keeps eating the cupcakes. A lot of cupcake talk here. JP Yankee fan says, ¿Qué pasa, mi gente? The Yankees suck under Booney. Plus, why they didn't call up the Martian? Don't get it, but I love my Yankees. We love the Yankees too. That's why we do this as much as we do. But breaking news here real quick. There has been a picture of Aaron Boone holding Brian Cashman released. Look at this. Wow. Holy shit. That must have just came out. There's Aaron Boone holding Brian Cashman. You see the bald one is Cashman. That's the one to the right. The other one's a little covered up, but unbelievable. Look at that. They have been released, and
Wow.
that's wild shit. I mean, that was just breaking news just now. They have just put that out.
I want to
I don't know
respond
what part of Bronx that is, but
to Kev Boogie. No, that's right. That's right there. You get out the stadium, you make a left, you get on Jerome. I thought
okay.
know
Yeah,
exactly.
I walked past a couple of
You
those
walked
last
right
time I was
past
there.
it.
right.
I want to respond to something Boogie said because it falls in line with just kind of a way of thinking that like I've been seeing. And he says he poisons them with positivity, right? And we laugh. It was like, because it's funny, but I believe that there is such a thing as toxic positivity.
100%.
I believe
100%.
that exists.
Of
I
course.
believe that, because toxic positivity can lend to insanity at certain points. While it is good to be positive, there is such thing as too much of a good thing. And the
Bingo.
Yankees seem to have fallen victim to this toxic positivity. It comes through in all their communication because they talk about first place, they talk about their record, but what they don't talk about is, well, what's your record the last 3 months?
500.
You want to talk about first place? You want to talk, well, we're in first, but the last 3 months you're a 500 team, Nestor. How do you feel about that? I mean, how do you respond to that? What do you say to the fans who are beginning to worry because though you're in first place overall, the most recent 3 months of the season have seen you become a 500 team? What do you tell people? So no, we're still in first place. I'm gonna pitch again in 5 days, and maybe I'll win. And you know what? And it gets, and even if I don't win, I'll get another start after that. So I guess it'll be cool. And yeah, it's a blessing to put on the pinstripes. Everybody wants to be us, even though we've been a 500 team. A lot of people
We
would
haven't
love
won in 15
500
years,
team.
but other teams have won multiple times in that time. But
Yeah, no. It's cool not even to go to the World Series because I get to wear the Yankee hat every time I pitch. So it's a blessing. It's an honor. Everybody wants to be me. Everybody wants to be Nestor Cortez Jr. They just don't know how. And yeah, it's like
since you said that, I got this pulled up, and I think it's a perfect time to take a look at it together with everybody. So I don't know how many of you guys can actually see this. Besides, you got some Publix stuff on the side there. But you go by month. So let me go by month with you guys. March 4-0, April 15-12, May 21-7. That is the outlier right there. May was the month that put the Yankees over the top and had all of us excited about what this team could be. June 14-13, July 11-13, August an easily the easiest month ahead of them, 14-12, and they lose and get absolutely obliterated in the first game of September against the Cardinals. So I'm sorry if I look at something like this and somebody goes, what would you make of this team? If I don't know it's the Yankees, and I'm just saying I'm not going to be biased or nothing, I'm just going to take a look. I would literally sit there and go, a team that had really one strong month, but the majority of the year they've been mediocre. And I don't know how else you don't see that, because if you just focus on the overall record, all right, I get where you could see that. But when you really look at it, 21-7 is an outlier. The most wins they have over 500 in any other month, a full month, is 3 games. 3 games. 3.
That's it, and that's who they are. At the end of the day, that's who you are. I mean, every time we bring these things up, people, want to talk about, well, if you look around the league, everybody else, isn't the idea to separate yourself from the pack though? Like this, like when did it become okay to just be like, on par with everyone else in the league? When did that become the mantra for the New York Yankees? Because I didn't grow up with the Yankees who wanted to be at the same level as her. I grew up with the Yankees who wanted to be better than everybody, wanted to beat the crap out of everybody, especially the sub 500 teams. They wanted to make sure that they knew that they didn't belong on the same field with them. And these Yankees are so fucking polite that the sub 500 teams come in and they give them series wins. They're like, here you go.
That's right.
Don't worry about it. Here you go. Take a win. What's wrong? What's wrong with take a W?
I'll put something else out there just to compare. So everybody goes, yeah, but other teams. Okay. Baltimore, 2-1, 17-9, 17-9, 17-12, and then they fell off the map. 12-13, 13-15, 1-0. But again, they were consistent. Then they died. The Yankees have one outlier month that changed their year, and really the reason they're still in first place. What's another club? What's another club out there that we could look at? Cleveland? Is Cleveland in first place?
Cleveland's another one. The Dodgers. You can look at. You don't want to look at Houston the last couple months because that tells.
I just think it's fair to look at some of these teams because you could get an idea. All right, here's Cleveland: 3-1, 16-9, 19-9, 14-11, 13-12, 12-17. Again, consistency, and then they fall off a bit. The Yankees, and again, look, I love the Yankees. Everybody knows this. I don't think there's one person out there that puts in as much effort as I put in to cover this team than what I do day in and day out. Call a game, do a post game, do another show. Third show today. I got another show coming up at 11 and more games to call. I don't think there's anybody that could ever say, Pete, I don't know how much you really love the Yankees. I love the New York Yankees. Love the New York Yankees. Fact of the matter is, I can't sit here and make excuses for this club.
No.
When you look at the stats, people want to talk about stats and numbers, and okay, bring up whatever excuse you want. Bring up injuries, bring up this, bring up that, bring up whatever you want to bring up. The stat on month to month shows you they had one outlier month, and that is it. That's the fact. Whatever excuse you want to throw out there, it is what it is.
Yeah.
If they didn't have that May, who the fuck knows where they'd be right now?
If they didn't have that May, they'd be in third place. Like, we just kind of call a spade a spade. It is what it is. If they didn't have
the numbers, we're not making this up.
Playing against the teams that they played that month and taking advantage of, some fluffier part of the schedule, they'd be in like third place right now. And people don't want to believe, that's not possible. I mean, they got Soto. With Soto and they would still be there. Why? Because they've had Soto and Judge
all year.
Soto and Judge things the last 3 months, and they're a 500 team.
Yep.
They are 39-39 since June 1st. That's a 500 team. We've had this conversation every year for like the last 3 years.
Every single year, bro. Every year.
At the same point in the year, it's the end of August, begins September, and we're looking at a 500 team somehow. They start out hot, they played a little good, they get a division lead, they do whatever, but somehow, some way, it always boils down to this part of the season, and they are just blah. They're just a mediocre team. 500. They win one, they lose one. They win one, they lose. They win one series, they lose one series. They look great one day, they look horrible the very next day. Like
that's right.
That's right. The same shit. Rinse and repeat. Over and over. The same lines. Guys, they don't even bother with changing the script anymore. They don't even bother.
Brian can't look.
They
Come on,
fired the
man.
scriptwriter, Pete.
When Brian Cashman sat there, and I remember, I think it was his offseason, what the hell is it called? When they kind of say, hey, the season's over.
The
here's what we're
off-season,
gonna
the
look to
media
do, blah, blah, blah.
availability. Yeah.
The media availability for when they're
postmortem. We refer to it as the postmortem. Yeah.
correct. When he sat there and the media was like, you didn't win again. Is there going to be change? And this man said, wins and losses do not determine if somebody keeps their job as long as the process is being followed. I sat there and I had steam coming out of my ears, and I really thought my head was going to blow up like that horror movie where the guy's head just explodes on TV. I thought that was going to be me. Because when you say something like that, the first thing I go back to is when I was a bank manager. And I go, I can't imagine sitting down with my boss, and my boss looks at me and goes, quarter is up. Let's see the numbers. Well, we projected this. You guys completely missed. And I go, you know what? But we were doing everything we did last quarter. It just didn't happen. I guarantee you this, though. If we continue that, we're going to hit our goals. I promise you that. The minute he said that, everybody should have knew right there.
That's true.
They are changed, completely changed. We got a super chat in from Jeff J. How? 1, make Jeter minority owner. 2, make him president of baseball ops. 3, he will fire Trash. 4, he will fire Baboon. 5, Mattingly as manager. Blake and Pettit pitching lab. Posada bench coach, catching coach. 6, return the trophy to the Bronx. Let's go Yankees. I mean, I don't know what the answer would be, how logical all of that would actually be. I guess you don't really know. But don't we all? I think we all feel like changes need to be made with this club. I think that the time of Brian Cashman to me is done. Brian Cashman, Boone, get him out of here. Look, the fact of the matter is Hal Steinbrenner is comfortable in this seat. He ain't going nowhere. But
yeah.
People aren't going to like when I say this. The biggest problem I have with Hal Steinbrenner is I don't think he even recognizes that he's the boss. The season could end and you could call them both in the room and say, guys, look, I appreciate everything you've done. But I feel bad. He could even say this. I feel bad getting rid of both of you. But I'm sorry. I put up a lot of money and I'm not going to take this shit. I'm not going to be the one getting the blame. I'm not going to be the one getting tomatoes thrown at me. You two are fired. We're going to change it up here. He puts up money. I just get pissed that he doesn't recognize he's the fucking boss. Right here. Just put it on.
Paid the cost to be the boss.
And just look at them and go, you're fired. Bye. Goodbye. Get out of here. I'm not taking this shit no more. The papers are going to write about how? I got $300 and some million locked into this team. I got to go talk to Scott Boras every day for a month.
He spends that every year. You look at the money he spent over the last decade. He spent billions of dollars on a losing product. They have no World Series rings to show for it. Not even a World Series appearance.
Nothing.
It's like you at this point, yeah, you feel bad even throwing shit at Hal Steinbrenner because he spends as much, if not more, than anybody. But it does beg the question, like, how? But yes, it's true. You're spending the money or whatever, but at what point do you sit Brian Cashman down and say, listen, my brother, I love you. This process, though, like you're talking about, the wins and losses don't matter as long as the process is followed. At what point do we start looking at this process, though?
Bingo. That's the point.
That's
the head scratcher.
Yeah, because what good does it make to follow a losing process? Like, okay, it's okay. We followed the process, but if the process itself is flawed, ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what?
And this is the easiest thing because you're so right? All you got to do is go, Brian. Since forget even saying 09. He may say, since 2017, we almost got there. And we really changed things up and we really went hard. And this is when, whatever.
Because in 2017, Brian feels like they won.
Correct. So the question to ask him right there would be, what's the measurement of success for the New York Yankees since 2017? He simply goes, to win a World Series. And you go, well, you haven't done that. So what's the change that needs to happen here? What's the problem is what I should ask. Because you guys, I'm sorry, can't keep saying the players year after year. Listen to this. Again, This is every season. This is every year under Boone. Every year. The Yankees were 49-21 on June 12th. 49-21. Since then, 30-37. 30-37. Last year, I just said, let me pull this up too. I'm going to pull up 2022 also. Let's have a little fun here real quick. March of 2023, they were 1-0, 14-14, and look at that. May again, 19-10 in May, 11-12, 10-15, 10-18, and 17-10. They finished strong in September and October. They were 0-1. Let's just look up 2022 for the hell of it, because that's the last time they actually went to the postseason. 15-6, very good. 19-9, wow. 22-6. That beautiful May and June again. 13-13, 10-18, 17-8, and 3-3. They just always find a way to fall off a cliff under Aaron Boone. And I'm sorry, but at some point, you just can't keep blaming the players. I know they're the ones on, I get it, but why does a decline just happen? Is it like you got their attention early and then everybody just shits the bed and things stop? I don't know what it is, but it's got to stop, because it's obvious that something is wrong here. There's something wrong.
It's because they get to a point where they can tell that Boone and Cashman and the leadership feels like, okay, this is good enough. You've done good.
Oh, you mean like the trade deadline of Scott F. Ross?
It's good enough. That's they don't play. This is not an organization that seems like they play to be the absolute best, bar none. Nobody can freaking fuck with us. Nobody can stand toe to toe with it. That's not the Yankees anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees' new mantra is like, no. You just got to be good enough. You just got to be, okay enough to get a ticket to the dance. What happens at the dance, I mean, who the hell knows? That's a crapshoot. But as long as you get a ticket in, as long as you go to prom, you're there. They take a picture of you. Everybody saw you there. You're good. And that's what happens, I feel like. I mean, if the postseason started in June, we'd be talking about, one of the most prolific championship teams the last 5, 6, 7 years. Unfortunately for the New York Yankees, the postseason doesn't start in June. It starts in October. And the issue with them is, like you said, they have these schedules in May. They get a little fat and they start feeling themselves.
Yep.
Every season, they start feeling themselves. They start, oh, well, we're good. Got a little bit of a lead. We're winning a bunch of series. And then they drop a series. They drop one big series. And what does Boone say after they drop that big series? Because I think this is where if I had to pinpoint something, that would be it for me. They would disagree, but this is the thing for me. It's the fact that every year there's a big series or something and the Yankees don't show up. They lose. Yep. They get smacked. Sometimes they get embarrassed. And maybe they don't get embarrassed, but they lose. It's different every time. But for whatever reason, it ends the same way. They lose. It was a big moment and they lose. Their first real test and they lose. Those moments are pivotal in a season because the way that you respond to that can dictate the rest of the year. Mm-hmm. I think that when those moments happen, Boone responds by telling everybody, it's okay, don't worry, we'll get them next time. And that instills this mentality of, oh, it's all right, we got tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. That's the mentality. That's the mindset.
If you come into the clubhouse after the first big test of the season, you guys fail, and you come in with your head on fire, like, listen, I don't care what we've done up to this point. This was our first big series. This was our first big game. We had to send a message. We did not send that message. We have to be better than. If you came in on that type of time early in the year, you show everybody in the room from that moment, oh shit, they're not fucking around.
That's right.
They're not.
That's right. 100%. But
they
do everything. They do everything to be soft, and that's why, again,
ice cream.
I'm not sitting here to toot our own horns here at NYYU, but this is why just saying what you really feel means something. We sat here when the Yankees had the bet what were looking like arguably, truly the best team in baseball, where they lost 3 or 4 to the Orioles. And me and Johnny was doing post games, and we came on live, and we did all of our lives and all that shit, and we said, this is a problem. And everybody was so mad that we said that. How dare you guys? Oh, because they got the best record in baseball. How dare you? It's early. It's early in the season. Well, Francis is right. When shit like that happens and your answer is simply, get him next time, boys. We'll get him next time.
Or you
Not
excuses.
a look around the room and go, that's the best we got against a team that we might have to face in the postseason. That's how we showed up the first big
Exactly.
series. That's it. That's the best that this room has. Really? Because I don't think it is.
That shows you everything right there. We had people making excuse. Oh, Verdugo wasn't there.
Yeah, that's right.
That was
I
I remember that series because I remember the post game that you were talking about with you and Johnny after they lost the fourth game of that series because they won, what was it, game 3? They were down, they lost the first 2, they won game 3. And then the fourth game was an early game. Rodon was pitching and Rodon was struggling, but he was fucking battling. Glaber made a fucking horrible fucking play. Then the game snowballed. We ended up losing or whatever. And then you guys were talking about it in the post game, and people were making all the excuses in the world. Oh, but we what you guys? I mean, we didn't even get swept. We won a game, even though, like I told many fans the following morning on All Rise, we were one hole scraping home run away from getting swept.
That's right.
Because if Aldo didn't hit that pole scraping home run that series, we get swept. The Yankees played to be swept that first series. And even though everything was all rainbows and butterflies leading up to that series, that's how it's always going to be until that real first test of the year comes. And that was it. And that's the point that I'm trying to make, bro. It's like back then, that's what Pete's saying. True. If you think about it, that's what you're saying. Like back then, nobody was saying this shit.
Correct. We were talking about urgency then. We were literally talking about urgency then. And all of a sudden, beat writers and Jack Curry, team doesn't show enough urgency. There's a problem here. Really? Now they're also saying what we were saying even then. They're not putting their best players on the field. Whoa, interesting how this stuff happens.
It's crazy because it takes the rest of it seems like it takes the rest of the league, the rest of the media, between 3 to 4 months every season to catch up to the shit that we see
all the time, all the fucking time.
And the worst part of it is that in April we see it, we speak it because we're not, this is who we are at NYYU. We're not gonna like sugarcoat. We're not gonna. You don't have to agree with everything we say. We know
of course not. Of course not. And we're gonna be wrong. We're gonna be wrong too.
And we say it, and we say it anyway. I couldn't have been more wrong. I thought Glaber was gonna have the season of his career.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The season of his career. Didn't happen. I also thought Volpe was going to have another great. Also, not happen.
Me too.
I was wrong. I was wrong on Glaber. I was wrong on Volpe.
Yep.
But we come out and say these things, and a lot of the times we get dragged, we get vilified. People talk shit all over the place, or whatever. And then all these months go by. Everybody changes their tune. Everybody's singing the same song we've been singing for months.
Yep.
Nobody comes back around. Nobody comes back around and says, but these guys were saying it in April. It's true, man. You know what? We should probably. Throw a little shout out, throw a little whatever, I don't know, throw a like something, some respect towards the one freaking outlet that was actually calling it spot on since day freaking one.
But that's okay because 33,171 people know. That's only going up day by day. So
and guess what? It's even more than that because
that's way more than that. I look at the stats of how many people that are not sub that watch. Hit that sub. Hey, look, let me tell you out there. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Hit the sub. You'll have a good time. Come on in.
I like that one. That's the new slogan. Don't be scared. Don't be shy.
Yeah. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Come on in. You'll have a good time. Come on. Have a little gabagool on me. Well, not on me, but you know what I mean. Like, I'll give you a piece.
You can have some.
Have some gabagool. That's it. Come on. Chris with the super chat. He says, Boone, I'm not a manager, but I slept in a Holiday Inn last night. It's true. It's true. It's true. I made another prediction a couple of days ago. A lot of people actually in this chat were like, "There's no way, brother. There's no way, bro." They were saying this to me. I said, "Don't be shocked if the number 1 seed in the postseason is the Houston Astros." No, they are. I said it. 75-62. The best record is the Yankees and the O's at 7. there we go. Yeah, I should be back now. Yeah, so we got hit there. They tried to kill us. Must have been the Yankees right there, folks, trying to put us out and end us. So with that being said, unfortunately, I don't even know where the hell I was. They just tried to destroy me and take me out because too much truth talking. I guess they didn't like it. So what are you going to do, folks? But anyway, I think there was a super chat that I might have missed. I don't know if I could even go back to it right now, guys. 1 second. Let me see. Let me see. We had a super chat from Chris. I read that one, and I think that was it. So there wasn't any other super chats or nothing like that. But apparently we are back. Well, I am back. No voicemails today, guys. We're not doing voicemails. But with that being said, yeah, I'm not gonna bring Francis back on. There's no point. Kev had a super chat. Francis stole my skincare products. Best record in the AL, he says. Zoom died, so I'm not gonna worry about getting Francis back on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap up the show right here. Unfortunately, I feel like we were having one of the best episodes of the year. A lot of great points. But we'll just wrap it up right here and go on and be back next weekend. They took Francis. They took my brother Frank. Give my brother back. Give my brother Francis Lee back, damn it. You sons of bitches. Give him back. Damn you. Well, guys, I guess with that being said, I just have like a black screen over here. As you guys know, we will never come whack on a designated Spittaz track. Until next time, guys, we are out. Peace, baby. Until next time, catch you guys later.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar.
Look, top floor, lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Way too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, I show I'm running numbers up. Lucky that I'm showing up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah. Numbers crack the billy. Yeah, don't need no dilly. I'm too fresh, I feel like Willie, yeah. Feel the devil's up the sign, I need a million. I'm about to take off, and I know that I'm on they radar.